Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about some more string functions like substring, instr, replace and concat. First, let's see the substring, for which the keyword is substr. Substring function is used to select a substring from given positions. Let me take an example and explain. Let us consider we need to fetch 4 characters from the product code column, starting from the 5th character. Let us take the table order details, which is having 5 columns, out of which we are considering the column product code. The first row of the product code has the value S18_1749. Here we need to fetch 4 characters, starting from the 5th character. So can you pause the video and let me know what will be the output of this? I hope you got it right. So the output will be our product ID column, which is having 4 characters starting from the 5th. Let us take the first row again, where S is the first character, 1 second, the number 8 is the 3rd character, underscore is the 4th character, and 1 is the 5th character. Hence, we have the output as 1749, that is 4 digits starting from the 5th character. Now let us go to Metabase and try to write the query for this. So first, let me get all the rows from the table order details. So we have 5 columns and n number of rows. Here we are concentrating on the column product code and we will be fetching the 4 digits. So let us write the query for this. Let me select the order number, the product code, and we need the product ID. That is, let me write the substring function on the product code column, and from which characters do I want to substring? From the 5th character. And how many letters do I need after it? 4 letters. I'll give an alias to it as product ID from our table CR order details. Now let me run this query. So we've got the response where we have 4 characters from the product code starting from the 5th character. Let us take an example here. It is S181097. So the product ID, which is a substring, it's just 4 characters 1097 from the 5th character. Now let us see the syntax of substring. It's quite simple. It has 3 parameters. The first is the string, which you want to extract from. The second is the start, the position. It can be both positive and negative number. If it is a positive number, then this function will extract from the beginning of the string and vice versa. If it is a negative, then from the end of the string. The last parameter is the length. That is, how many number of characters you want to extract. Next string function is instr. This function is used to search and return the position of the first occurrence of a string. Let me take an example. Suppose, let us consider the same table order details. Let us take the same column product code. Now, I want to get the position of the underscore in the product code. Can you tell me what is the position of the underscore in this product code column? Right, it is 4. So, our output will look like this. Now, let us go to Metabase and write the query for this function. Again, I will select order number, product code, and I will use the function instr on the column product code. And what do I want to find? I want to find the string underscore, or I want to get the occurrence of this underscore. So I will write an alias as, let me say underscore index from our order details table. Now let us run this. So we've got 4 because all the rows or records of the product code have the underscore at the index 4. At this place, we've got 5 because the underscore is at 5th position. Now let us see the syntax of instr function. This has 2 parameters. The first string, string 1 and string 2. String 1 is the string that it will be searched for. String 2, we have to give the string which we want to search in string 1. Now, whatever string you give in string 2, if it is not present in string 1, then it will return 0 because it will say that it has not found any index for that particular character or string. Now let us go to the next string function, replace. As the name says, replace will replace all the occurrences of a substring within a string. Let us again take a small example. In the same table order details, in the same column product code, let us replace the underscore with a hyphen. So this will be the output. We are replacing underscore with a hyphen. Can you pause the video and try to write the query for this? Let's go to Metabase and write the query. So for the replace, again, I will select order number and select product code, and I will use the function replace the product code. What do I want to replace? I want to replace the underscore with what I want to replace? With a hyphen. And give it an alias as product underscore code from order details table. Now let me run this query. So you see, wherever underscore is there, that is being replaced with the hyphen. Let us take this row where it is S700 underscore 1138. It's been replaced with S700 hyphen 1138. All the occurrences. Now let us see the syntax of replace. Replace has 3 parameters. The first is the string, the original string in which you want to replace. The second is the from string. That is the substring that you want to replace. In our case, it was underscore. The last parameter is new string. That is the new replacement substring. In our case, it was hyphen. Now let us go to the next string function, that is concat. Concat is used to add 2 or more strings together. Let us take an example. Let us consider the employees info table in this case. Now we need to fetch the full name of the employees. But we do not have any column such as full name. But we do have first name and last name. We need to join these 2 columns to get the full name output. That is, when we concatenate the column first name and the last name, we will get the full name. For example, the first row, the first name is Veronica, the last name is Manuel. Now concatenate these 2 columns, we'll get the full name, that is Veronica Manuel. Now let us go to Metabase and try to write the query for this. So here we are considering the table employees info. Let me first fetch the table. Select star from the table name, employees info. So employees info table has all the employee information like his employee ID, first name, last name, email, the hire date, the department in which he is working, gender, salary and the region in which he is working. Now we are concentrating on the first name and the last name. Now I will fetch the first name, the last name, and I will use the string function concat, and I will concat first name column and the last name column. We'll give it as alias as full name from our employees info table. Now let me run this. So you see, we've got the concatenation. It has concatenated the first name and the second name. But as you can see, they are joined together. There is no space between them because there is no space between the starting of the last name or the ending of the first name, right? So it's just added these two strings together. But what if I need a space between them? What can I do? I can simply add a space here. Space also acts as a string. So it will concatenate the first name, it will add a space, and then it will add the last name. Now let us run this. And you see, we've got the full name with a space in between. All the records and all the names. Now let us see the syntax of concat. Concat, as I said, it can take n number of expressions. Expressions are the strings which you want to add together. In our case, we have used 3 strings. The first name, a space, and the last name. The next string function is concat_ws. That is concat with separator function. That is used to add 2 or more strings but with a specified separator. Let me go to Metabase. So here, the same query can be written as concat_with separator. But with separator, the first character what it takes is a separator. And I will remove this. So what this with separator does is, the space will be added to each and every string, whatever you're giving. For example, I will run this and we will get the same output. Now suppose I add a hyphen here. And it has added the hyphen between the first name and the last name. Now I'll give you a question. You have to create a unique key with the employee ID, first name and the last name. Can you try to do this with concat_ws? Let us write the query for that. Let me take the same base query. Now we need to create a key with employee ID, first name and the last name. So I will give employee ID, but before that let me fetch the table and see the column name, employee ID. So employee ID, the first name and the last name will be joined together with a hyphen in between them. And instead of full name, I will give a unique key. So this is a unique combination because employee ID is unique for each employee. So you've got a key with the employee ID, his name, first name and the last name. So with separator, what it does, whatever the string you're giving in the first, that is the separator, will be added after each and every string which you're giving for concatenation. Now let us see the syntax of this. The syntax is quite straightforward. That is, it is having the separator as the first parameter, and then after that you have n number of expressions which you want to add together. Now let me just summarize whatever we have seen in this video. So first we had seen substring, which is used to get a substring from given positions. Then we saw instr, that is used to return the position of the first occurrence of a string. Then we saw replace. As the name says, it is used to replace all occurrences of a substring. Concat, it is used to add 2 or more strings together. Concat_ws, that is with separator, it is used to add strings together just with a specified separator. Great. In the next lesson, we will continue with other string functions like lower, upper and coalesce. So stay tuned. Thank you.